My full title is the Right Honourable Reverend Dr. Andrzej Bahrelmayker, PhD. I'm a Doctor of Theology. As a young boy, I always wanted to go into the priesthood, and that's what I trained to be. I left college and went into the seminary and trained to be a priest, and I actually practiced as a priest for some years before leaving that life. Well, I was sort of forced out in a way. They didn't like my views on Satanism and the non-existence of God, a higher power, Jesus, that sort of thing. And also I'd never read the Bible, which made it quite difficult to write sermons, things like that. You know, we were divided on various views, and then obviously there were a few female parishioners, things like that. It doesn't go down very well. So although it was a mutual thing really between myself and the Pope, that I decided to leave. I was on the fringe of the punk scene back in the early 80s, and I sort of dropped out of the scene for a little while, and I was a journalist for a little while for a paper, and then I met the band, and really it was uphill from there on. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in on when the band formed. Obviously, they were just a group of guys who got together and could make beautiful music. And obviously, I heard that music, and I offered to manage them, and they bit my hand off, literally, actually. I do a bit of producing, but I mainly leave that up to the techie guys. And basically just manage the band, look after them, getting them sandwiches at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's toasties mainly at 3 o'clock in the morning, but it could be any sandwich throughout the day. Cheese and pickle, prawn, Mary Rose, you name it really, on a whim. Drugs, prostitutes, that sort of thing. I sometimes think the bestiality is a bit strong, but hey, it's rock and roll, you know, and these guys, they've got a living to make. They've got a lot of pressure on them. They need an outlet, and hey, you know, if it works for them, it's fine by me. If they need a new guitar or something like that, I'll get them that. Just various stuff, and obviously booking tours, making sure they've got taxis and clothes and general everything really, everything from guitar strings to Rolls Royces. It's hard work. I don't have much of a personal life, but what I do have I like to keep personal and private. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I don't like them. I know the band do take drugs, and I've dabbled in the past a little bit, but you know, it's I'm straight-laced these days. Whiskey is my only drug, and caffeine, and heroin. That's it. 5 or 6 times a day. It's nothing major. I'd like to think I could quit any time I wanted to, but I've never tried, so I don't know. And that's all I have to say on the matter. We've all got our own personal interests. It's we come back to music every time, in whatever capacity, whether it be creating music with the band, although I don't actively participate. I like to think I'm a muse of sorts, or patronising other music. Is patronising the right word? We're a patron of, but it also works on 2 levels, doesn't it? Yeah, so we look at other bands, see what's going on in the scene, and obviously that helps us, or helps the band as well, you know. Music for me is life, the wind, the sea. It all creates its own beautiful music, and I think if people just stopped and listened, they'd hear that every day. Save a fortune on CDs. I think it's like a acid, jazz, fairground music, Megadeth, accordion music, rock and roll, Mozart, classical type thing really. It's a good mix, and I think it works. In fact, I don't think you can classify them as a genre. It's a new thing. They're so ahead of their time that words haven't been created that describe their music yet. Erosion. That's too obvious, isn't it? Yeah, I've owned it for about a month. I've not really done much work on it yet, but I'm planning on turning it into a sort of private country, really, in which I'm the emperor. I just like the feel of it, and it's beautiful for concerts once the water's been drained out, obviously. The acoustics are fantastic. I'll maybe use one of the domes as a recording studio for the band, in which case we save a hell of a lot of money on studio fees, but also one of them will be a house eventually for me and my family, and it's secluded and private, and I like it. I just think it's a nice place for the kids, really. I'd like to see them grow up in a place like this. I've got 3, 2 boys, 1 girl. Sasha, Paul and Ringo. Ringo's the girl. Yeah, so I mean there's plenty of space here. It's wide open, and these domes, I know this isn't a dome, it used to be, but eventually one of them is going to be a flamingo sanctuary. Nice sloping sides, and I can just imagine this filled with flamingos, and I think it would be fantastic. A piece of art as well from the sky. All the domes will be different colours, various other things. I don't really know what to do with the rest. It's just beautiful. It's my nirvana. Good old Mick and Steve, still at it after all these years, eh? Yeah. Behold my kingdom. You know, looking at it in the daylight, it makes me wonder why I bought it, really. I think I must have been on some sort of binge at the time, and I think I was ripped off. But I'm gonna make it work. I really am gonna make it work. I own that. I wish I hadn't said I took heroin. So that's the old Jag down there. Quite a funny story. Me and the lads had one too many mushroom vol au vents, and well, we all walked away from it. Although our dignity was a little bit damaged, but hey, it's that's the privilege of being a landowner, I suppose. Not as bad as I thought. Bit of a polish, so we'll get started again. Well, yeah, it is. It's nice to be in the old girl again. It really is. There's some fags I left in the glove box. Yeah. She will relive her former glory days once again, I can tell you. This is my new project. Get this girl started again. I don't know what I'm going to use this for, although looks like someone's had a pretty good idea of what to do with it in the past. So obviously that's the benefit of being having a rock and roll lifestyle, is I can get as many midget agent prostitutes as I need. I've only got 2 poles though, although I can think of something. Maybe get the Hells Angels to put some poles in going up the hill. Obviously me and the Angels go way back to the 60s. I helped them out with a few things, court appearances and the like. I sort of got them off the hook. they owe me big, so they do a lot to look after me. Security for gigs, things like that, manual labour around the place, and obviously I'm going to get them to be like permanent security around the fence line and that. You know, when the place is up and running as an estate, as it were. I think it'd be good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Quite sturdy. They'll never get away. Never.